How's it going, guys? Welcome to the 262 and P-51 event, known as Fight of the Swallows. The main idea of it was that, at least this is Gaijin's description of it, that B-17s are headed for the airfield where the ME-262s are stationed, and they are guarded by P-51 Mustangs, the Americans of course, and the 262s have to take off and defend their airfield or lose, and thereby Germany will no longer have these aircraft. That's the whole idea behind it. If it historically happened, nah, but that's okay. It's still fun to play. It's a lot of fun because the 262 is generally seen as not that amazing of an aircraft, even though it's a pretty good aircraft, but it is tiered up all the time. So when you fly this aircraft, and this is the first version, it doesn't have any rocket boosters or anything like that, you can see sabers. And honestly, you are no match for a saber. You are no help to your team, really. It's not the best way to do things, to fly 262s against sabers. That's why this event is great, because you get a chance to fly it against Mustangs. The only downside, there are a lot of Mustangs. The main idea behind this is you have to shoot down at least 17 B-17s before they have the chance to bomb your runway. Each one of the B-17s has the capacity in the bomb load to take out a fourth of your base, and thereby, if you only have 3 left, they can only do 3/4 damage, and you win. If all your planes get wiped out, you lose. If your base gets destroyed, you lose. America usually wins this, but now I'm going to do a combination of the 262 and the P-51, so you get to see on both sides what to expect with this event. That is up once every few weeks, I think 2 or 3 weeks or so. Now, I went ahead, this is the way I play this event. If you look in front of me, there are 4 nicely lined up B-17s that I'm about to attack. So here we go, and 1, 2, 3, 4, in one pass. That's the idea behind it. That is 4, that is perfect. Honestly, most games, you see a lot of players who don't get any kills. That's a good way to go. You start out, you go 500 kilometers an hour, then you just climb at a 20 degree until you get at about 6,250 meters. Then you just dive in, and by the time you pass the B-17s, you'll have enough speed to not really have to worry about the Mustangs, unless the Mustangs are smart and they're actually in the B-17 formation ready to shoot you. Now, I keep going to the edge of the map, and once I hit the edge of the map, I climb straight up, and I'll have a very nice altitude advantage when I get going again. Heading back towards the B-17s, and I'm just going to repeat it. Now, this is a replay because when I originally played this match, I didn't actually press the record button, or I thought I did. Didn't work. So here's the replay instead. The P-51 the Mustang game coming up after this. I did manage to record it in real time, so if you don't like replays, just wait around for the P-51 section, and you can be happy then. As we're coming back on the B-17s, you can see a ton of Mustangs just circling around the formation. Tracers going everywhere. It's incredible. And when I fly through this, there's just ME-262s burning to the ground, pieces of B-17s all around you, Mustangs trying to wipe you off the face of the earth. I really like this event, on both sides, because if you have a competent team, either side can win. It's not really balanced towards one or the other, except that usually you'll be in teams where the 262s decide to climb off way to the side of the map until they reach their 7K altitude, and then by the time they reach the B-17s, they're going the same speed as I was when I took the first 4 out, and they're no help to you then, because your team will die while they're off climbing. You also have people who decide to go straight in. They hardly climb at all, and they try to attack from the bottom. They'll be going around 300 kilometers an hour by the time they hit the B-17s, and the Mustangs are hungry. Now that is the 7th B-17 I've taken out in this round. The tracers of the B-17s, the Mustangs, they look the same. They're both 50 cal, so you just try to dive away, pick as much speed as you can, because your top speed is higher than a Mustang, but not by much if you don't have it fully upgraded. The North American P-51D Mustang, the premium one, is of course fully upgraded every time you see it, because it's a premium aircraft, and that's what Gaijin does with premium aircraft. So it can keep up with you if you're not going faster than 700 kilometers an hour. And it's happened to me, where I dive away and I think, oh, okay, I'm safe, and I pull up 500 kilometers an hour, and there's P-51 behind me, who manages to shoot me down, because they can they can spray and pray. And you see I just avoided one and avoided a second one, and that one got taken, but that's okay. It would have been the 8th kill. I think 7 is enough. So currently I have, it's kind of a bug. I never actually purchased the skin for this thing. It's a user-made skin, I believe. It's 200 golden eagles to buy, but I haven't purchased it, but it's on my plane. I don't know why, but I'm not going to complain about it. Free skins are cool, and I've asked squadron mates, and they do in fact see it, so I don't know if that's a bug, or if Gaijin decided to give me a free skin, or what, but victory! Now it's time for the Americans. Alright, welcome back to the Swallows event. Now we're on the American side. Now this is live recorded, so you don't have to watch a replay, because I know some of you don't like replays. Oh man, Loda, I don't like replays, man. They're boring. Can't see what's going on. Well, here you go. Now you can see what's going on. Excellent. This is the other side of the fight. Now, we know that the 262s are way over there, about 10 kilometers away from us at the moment, and they're headed for us with speed. Now, we have a lot more P-51s than they have ME-262s, so the odds are supposed to be even, although America usually ends up winning these because, as I mentioned earlier, the Germans don't always use the best teamwork. Anyway, let's see how we do. I'm just trying to pick up altitude here, because you start at a certain speed and you can use that to climb up. And then when the 262s appear, you can drop down right into the B-17 formation and attack any 262s that come through, because the 262s tend to only attack B-17s and ignore P-51s when they are close to the formation, which we can use to our advantage. Now, in the background, you might hear the occasional blink of the TeamSpeak. I'm sorry about that. When I put myself to recording, people think it's hilarious to poke me. But I think it'll be okay. I think everyone can manage with that. If not, I'm terribly sorry. I hope you liked what you saw, and I'm sorry to see you go. Here's the cockpit of the P-51. This is the North American premium version, so it earns you a nice bunch of reward money. Now, I already have all the American planes, so I'm not doing this for RP, but more for money, because I've never, in my 2 years of playing this game, actually had 5 million lines at one time. I want to get that reward before I hit level 100, and I'm currently getting close to level 97. You can hear the blinks going on in the background. Oh, how hilarious. 1262 is down. I pick up speed. I dive for the bottom of the bomber formation, and I pick my target. Here's the 262 coming in fast. Are we gonna get him? Focus, fire, laser, death beams, and
surprise,
boom! Critical hit on fire. He is going to go down. 3, 2, 1, and boop! First aircraft destroyed. Excellent. Now I am staying close to the formation, because as I said, the closer you are to the formation, the more chance you have that the 262s will just completely ignore your insistence, making it easy pickings for jet kills. This event is great for racking up kills in the 262, of course, because every single bomber that you destroy with the 262 not only counts as, you know, an actual kill, but it also goes on your record for realistic battle kills, and it goes on your record for kills in the 262. So if you see someone's profile, second 262, boom, on fire. These 50 cals are death lasers, I tell you. You merely look at something and it explodes into fire. It's fantastic. It's like these 262s are soaked with gasoline. Anyway, as I was saying, if you look at someone's profile and you see that they have an extraordinary amount of kill-to-death ratio in the 262A1A Schwalbe, so the very first one, not the Polkshtor, but just the normal 262 without any rocket-assisted takeoffs or speed or anything like that, they probably played this event a little bit too much. Now, it's very difficult to have a good kill-to-death ratio in the 262 if you only play normal realistic battles, because you get matched up against planes that are far your superior, such as the earlier mentioned Sabre, and other planes that you don't really want to see. I mean, I guess you can go up against the Panthers, they're not that terrible, but still, you're still outclassed, because the 262 was a very early jet. What you should be seeing are things such as the P-80s, the Meteor Mark IIIs, things like that. But that's a whole nother discussion. And hopefully with the new BR system, that'll be fixed in the future. Now, the formation is headed into the clouds here. It's difficult to see them, and have to be careful not to crash into them, but I do try to stay close to them, because if we lose 6 more B-17s, we will lose this match. As I said earlier, you need at least 4 of them to take out that base. Each one of those B-17s has enough bomb loads or bomb ornaments, whatever you want to call them, to take out a 4th of that base right there, and we're getting very close to it. So right now I'm staying close to the formation, just hovering around in the clouds trying to find targets, but it doesn't really work out, so I decide to go under the clouds, see if maybe one of them is landing, which is when I notice that no, that red dot isn't 262, it's just an AI, and in fact there's 262 back behind me. Climb up, get some speed, head back in. You do want to watch out with the P-51D, because in recent patches, and I think it got even worse in 1.43, it's easy to rip the wings. Now by worse, I don't mean that it's not realistic, because some of the things you're able to do in some of these planes before they fixed the compression, the wing rip speed, and things like that, it was insane, such as, the Arado or the F-80. You could just pull 14, 15, 16 Gs and not worry about it, because you wouldn't rip. That has been fixed in most planes. I think the Meteor Mark 8 still has that problem, if you'd like to call it a problem. But anyway, going on to an AI here. Laser death cannons, hopefully trying to get an AI kill, and there we go. Now that makes 3 kills for this game. 2 jets and 1 AI. And we are getting extremely close to the target. Not much longer, and we will win this match. So, all you can really do is fly through the clouds and wait. Which is why we can talk about other things, such as, I don't know, the future of War Thunder. If some of you have seen on the latest posts, you can usually find those on the Reddit subreddit or on the main forum. There's multiple things planned for the future, and of course they discussed the Navy. Now they want the Navy and the ships mode to come out after. It's not going to come in 1.45. Some people think that it might. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry, guys. They said that they want to focus on ground forces and aircraft, and they're probably not going to release it until they actually release the entire game. So after they come out of open beta testing. Because remember, this is still a game that's in beta, even though it's huge and hundreds of thousands of people play it, and it looks fantastic and amazing already. It is still in beta. This is not what the game is going to be like in the end. There's still lots of vehicles to be added, there's still lots of aircraft to be added and tuned, and everything. Now, on the subject of aircraft, they're going to do something new with flight models, which is what they're going to call tournament flight models, I believe that's what they called it, which basically means that they're going to somewhat promise you that they're going to get the flight models exactly as they should be. Now this means that if you unlock a plane tomorrow and you don't ever play it again until this time next year, you will have the same plane. The flight model will not have been changed. There won't be any new surprises. Of course, that's not yet implemented, that's still to come, but that's something you can expect. Another note, US ground forces coming out as well in 1.45, along with other updates. That's going to be cool. I can't wait to drive the American tanks around. I have recently taken an interest to the actual ground forces element of the game. Usually it wasn't really my thing beforehand, but with that 50% off sale premium vehicles that was going on a few weeks ago, I got into it. I bought myself a few premium tanks. I got myself the land battleship T-35 for the Russians, and have been having some excellent games in there. Such as one game where I got 16 kills without any deaths in the T-35, in arcade of course. It's a lot of fun, and I do have a replay of that, but I don't want to upload it because the replay system on tanks is still very buggy. Such as when, you can't see anything you're aiming at in the replay, and when you do aim at something, the aiming reticle of the actual barrel of the tank is off by a good few degrees. It's a little bit up and to the left is what I've noticed. So I'm just gonna have to see if I can get a live recording of that. Now, if you want to see tank battles, or different tanks on ground forces, and that'll be in different modes as well, arcade, realistic, and simulator, let me know, because I don't know what the interest in that is. And I know most of you are here because I do aircraft videos, but I can expand a little, and it won't make me do any less aircraft videos, because that is my main point of playing this game. Now, if you watched my previous video that I released a few days ago, you'll have known that I was in America for a few weeks, which is why I didn't upload for a while, looking for an internship. While I was there in America, you can get things pretty cheap, because usually when I buy things when I'm in Europe, I need to pay a pretty hefty shipping cost, and if the item costs more than about 30 bucks, I have to pay import costs on it, which isn't pretty. So when I got my Nexus 4 phone, which is on Lollipop now and I'm loving it, I had to pay 80 euros on top of $30 of shipping costs just to get it in hands. I bought it on the Play Store and sent it to one of my friends in the States, who then sent it to me. I didn't know I had to pay that much to import it, but if I didn't pay that, they would have simply destroyed the phone, so not much choice there. Anyway, while I was there, I bought myself a Logitech Extreme 3D Pro, straight out of the box, brand new, and I am loving it. It's an extremely stable gun platform. I've been getting into simulator battles more than I ever have before, because before this I had another joystick, the Cyborg V1. It didn't treat me very well. It was very hard to stay in the sky without crashing, and it wasn't very stable. It scooted around on my desk and all that. All these problems the Logitech Extreme 3D Pro does not have. I did try to find a cheap version of head tracking. Haven't been able to yet, so for now I'm just going to be using mouse joy, which means that I use the mouse for looking around and the joystick for flying in simulated battles. And if that goes well, if I get a few good games and I get used to it and don't crash half the time I take off, I will upload some videos of that as well. Now, just a request to the people who do fly simulator battles: don't laugh at the people who crash when they take off. Yes, it's a newbie thing to do, but they're trying. It's just like shaming an overweight person in the gym. You just don't do that. It ruins their self-confidence. It's not cool to do, so give them a chance. Maybe give them a pointer. Anyway, this looks like the end of the game. We've won. America, America. Since this is a live recording, we'll be able to see the aftermath and the scores and things like that. So, Flight of Swallows, mission accomplished. This did end up being my daily double, so you can see that I got RP because of that. First place in the team, 3 air kills, 2 player kills, and 1 AI. And I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.